Hello. Welcome to Conversations with the Commissioner. I, of course, as some may continue to ask, am your Commissioner Delonte Smith. And ladies and gentlemen, we got two more interviews. Can you imagine? I mean, we've gone through 12, and not including myself, so we've gone through 11 owners already, and today we're going to sit down with a great one. This one is special to me because I got to be honest with you. This gentleman here is one of the main reasons why I really got into basketball. Started with video games. Most of these started with video games, but this one started the love for video game basketball way before we even started a dynasty or a fantasy. Today, we're talking to team owner of Shake and Bake 2.0, Jose, or as I like to call him, Hosey. So today, let's bring Jose in and let's get this conversation going. Jose, what's going on, brother? Welcome to Conversations with the Commissioner, sir. How are you?
Doing good. How are you, sir?
Yo, I'm fantastic. I just want to, you know this, but I don't think many people know this, but like 2K, I think 8, right? It was like 2K8. Sitting at Jonathan Rossi's house, chilling, come through the door, and you're like, yo, you want to play some 2K? And I'm like, bro, I ain't never played before, but I love basketball. I'm going to play, right? And we sit down playing with the Miami Heat, and you cooked me. I mean, cooked me. And from that moment on, I was like, yo, I got to play this shit. And I remember coming back over, and we being like, yo, you want to play some 2K?
You stayed on that couch, bro. You stayed on that couch playing
Sleep. You be gone. I've been there playing 2K, bro. Like, so, sir, I want to thank you.
Putting that time, and then you start whooping me.
Bro, hey, you know, the student became the teacher. You but I want to thank you for the basketball passion. And, you know, look where we've come, sir. You know, we got the complex, you know, we got the Shake and Bake 2.0, which we're going to get into that. Shall we start a conversation, sir?
Yeah, let's do it.
All righty. So let's jump right into it. You know, can you tell us a bit about your journey in the BFBA? And what made you decide to rejoin? What made you decide to rejoin after your hiatus?
Oh man, shoot, man, this whole BFBA, whole what do you call it? Time that I've been with this BFBA has been great. I've always done fantasy football. Since fantasy football started, I was winning championships with fantasy football, and you know, I wanted to, when you approached me and wanted me to be part of this BFBA, I was like, you know what, I've never really done basketball. Because I remember you asked me, like, I believe when you first started, if I'm not mistaken, when you first started it, and I was just like, well, I don't really do basketball, you know, blah, blah. And then I ended up joining maybe like year 2 or 3. I don't remember.
Year 3, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember you coming up again and asking me, hey, man, you should join. I was like, you know what? All right, let's do it. You know, so never really done the basketball deal. It was a whole learning curve, and it still is. Like it's been a lot. So yeah, I mean, my time with BFBA has been great. Shout out to the commissioner. You know, he always keeps everything interesting and everything organized, and you know, does the whole. I remember the interviews when you came in with, you know, at the beginning of the year, you had the suit on behind the desk. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, those are throwbacks. You know, there's a few people that don't know about those, bro.
Yeah, man.
Sit there with the microphone and the baby blanket.
You always made this BFBA seem like it's like a real freaking deal, you know, like a real league, you know, and I always made it, you know, special in your own way. And yeah, man, like I always appreciated that. You know, you always brought everybody in and started talking and, you know, doing all kinds of like crazy stuff. Like the beginning of the year, you did, you know, the whole thing's, you know, where you fucking recorded yourself and wearing a suit. You and Holly did your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like Holly would, be dressed up too with you. I mean, it's great. It was great. But
Yeah, bro. It's sorry. Go ahead. Finish, please.
but yeah, but my journey, just to make it quick, my journey's been great. Always felt cool. Like everybody in this that I've met in this league has been cool, man. Like it's been a great journey.
So as I was doing my research earlier today, because I mean we've been so close for years, bro. Like people don't. My relationships with all of the individual owners go back way longer than just this league. So me and Jose have been friends for many years. So to look back and see that, man, you started in 2018, and like, oh, that's right. So I'm glad to have you as a member and to have you as a have longevity within this league. Some people,
I
even
feel like
though, well, hey, but that's the thing is that I was gonna say, even though they're not as active in the chat or the WhatsApp or things like that. Like you've been a member, right? You have memories of things that have happened before we were actually a dynasty, before we were a keepers league. So I contribute the success to also you being within the league. So I thank you, sir. But you've had quite a roller coaster seasons since joining in 2018. We can get into the actual records if we want to, but looking back, what do you think contributed to your success in 2021? Let me give you a little recap. In 2021, which was the third year of you being in here, you made it to the finals. It was you and Team Nap. What do you think led to that success?
Man, it's kind of what Kyle said in his interview. You know what I'm saying? We had like we both had a really really good season. It was different back then because back then we were picking our whole squad from the beginning. There was no keepers or anything like that. So I had a really really good team. They were putting up a lot of points. I really did not deal with too many injuries until right at the end. But that was a really crazy season, a really successful season. That's probably the best season I've ever had in the BFBA.
I think so.
Yeah, trust me, it is.
actually, it's not. It's not. So the records prove that your 2019 season, you had a better record at 14-7.
Okay.
So the year that you went, it was you were out. Well, by one game, we added 3 additional games as the seasons went on. So we were 18, then we went to 21. So when in your 2021 season, when you went to the finals, your record was actually 13-4. So that just goes to show, like, only losing 4 games, and you and Team Nap, Kyle, you guys came into the finals with the same record at 13-4.
And shout out to Kyle, man. He was a real genuine guy. We were like texting back and forth throughout the whole time that we were in the, because we're both competitive, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to him. He ended up while we were talking, he ended up asking me if we just wanted to split the pot, and I was like, all right. We were still in the middle of the championship run, and he asked me if I wanted to split the pot. I was like, sure, that's cool with me. Like that's, it's not a problem with me. Like the pot wasn't like what I was wanting. I was wanting that chip, but he ended up edging me out. I ended up getting some injuries there at the end, but. It is what it is. Congratulations to him that day. Thank him for that. He was a real cool dude for that, for wanting to split the pot. So yeah, that was really cool.
It was I'll be honest, it was the first time that it ever happened. It hasn't happened since. And as I've said in this conversation, we homies, right? Like, and not that Kyle and I are not. But when that conversation came through and you all messaged me, I remember going to the sideline and being like, "You sure you want to do this? You sure?" And you was like, Yeah, man, let's split it. Like, it just really goes to show like how much.
I believe I was actually up at that time,
Yes, yeah, you were.
and and he was asking me if we wanted to split the pot. He ended up winning, but yeah, I mean, like kind of like what he said. It would the chip is the most important thing, right? Like that's what we're all here for. We all want to go to that championship and win that championship patch, and put our name on the trophy and everything else, the whole deal. Getting exactly. So that's what it's all about for all of us, and somebody else down the line, another two guys will or gal will do it kind of what we did.
Yeah, I commend you guys. I think it was really dope. I mean, it put the championship on a kind of on a higher pedestal, right? It was like, some people in the WhatsApp are they will chirp, right? They'll have their words about splitting the money, about being here for I want it all. But I think it shows the competitiveness between the two of you that we both won, right? Like no, I didn't win the championship, right? You didn't go home with the chip. But at the end of the day, we're gonna split the pot because we're 1 and 2. It hasn't happened since, but I think it was great that you guys did it. Question for you: with your current record of 3-8, and we're talking now this season, 2024 to 2025, how do you feel about your team's performance this season, and what are the expectations moving forward?
Ooh, well, right now, I just gotta build this team that I have right now. Like, I don't, I have some good players. I mean, I just got to. I'm always hesitant to trade. Like I know a lot of people like trade like crazy, Cedric and Trader Danny, or a lot of people are trading now, Felton, stuff like that. Um, a lot of people have sent me trades, and I'm always hesitant to do it. Most of the time is because they want somebody that is one of my top tier players that are actually getting me the points that I you know. Um, it's a lot harder right now to win at BFBA. There is because you have keepers, because not, and it's going to get even harder when we do expansion. Because you're really gonna have to pick. Really, you're really gonna have to know what to do and how to do it, and have like a strategy or a plan to maximize your points for your team to win. Um, so that, I mean, I'm really just trying to build my team to where I can have good enough players to where I'm making. I mean, some of you guys are weekly are doing 13, 1,400 points, and I don't maybe touch 1,200. So, just right, like we're playing right now. And me and you were playing right now. I think you're up by like 200 points, So, it's been a curve, and I mean, it's for me. I know it's easier for some other people, but for me, it's a little bit harder because I got so much going on right now. And that's no excuse. Everybody has a life, but just trying to keep up with a strategy for me anyway. Keep up with a strategy on what to do, how to build a team for the next season. Because right now I don't feel like I have a team that's gonna go very far. As far as to like a chip, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by that. I don't think my team is deep enough, and I don't think I'm averaging the points that I need to get that far. But that's what I'm working towards. I got to put in time to do my homework, study players, put a plan together for the next season. Maybe, hopefully, I get the balls to actually trade some players and take some risks. But I've done one trade, and I did it with Cedric. I traded Randall for Brown. Uh,
I,
but
I,
I wanted Tatum, but he said he didn't want to. Cedric, he said he didn't want to get rid of fucking. Excuse me. He said he didn't want to get rid of Tatum. That Tatum was part of his future, and 2 weeks later he ended up trading him anyway. I'm like,
and then he traded him away. Right, a common Cedric occurrence, right? I think the team. Right. I think your team is actually, bro. You're right on the cusp, right? Like these injuries, and you don't deal with some of the injuries that you're dealing with, right? You're a 12, 1,300 point team. We're currently sitting at 1134 in a good week. That if you were going up against, I would say probably some other owners, maybe 2 or 3 other owners, you would have yourself a double W this week. So, as you said, it's a it's a keepers, right? So if you prepare, if you're not going to win this year, you're preparing for next season, and I think that's a good thing. Talking about preparing for next season,
build my team as fast as possible. Hopefully next year be a step up. You know what I'm saying? So
now we just talked about it a little bit. How you evaluated your team. Are there any standout players that you're particularly excited about that you currently have? I know we talked about Brown. Is there anybody else?
On my team?
Yeah, on your team. So it's on Shake and Bake 2.0.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I got besides that, I got Ice Trey. Ice Trey's money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which everybody wants him. That's all the trades. All the trades I get is for him. But Ice Trey, Kevin Durant, of course. Kobe White's been really good for me.
Yeah.
Who else, man? I picked up some players on which really has helped me out on the free agency. Again, I put in a little time to do a little homework, find out who's balling, who's not, which I need to just do more of. I just really got to get out there and I got lucky with these two. Pritchard has been really good for me. I picked up Malcolm Brogdon. He just came back not too long ago. Jabari Smith been doing pretty decent for me. So
you got a few people out there that you feel are could provide for you for the seasons to come.
Yes. I got those players I picked up. I got lucky with on the waiver. But I gotta get some more like tier 1, tier 2 players. Somebody that puts up just a little bit more points to help me out. But I mean, that hopefully it comes with time. Do a little trade here and there, and then hopefully next year draft a little better. I give myself about a C on my draft this year.
I think a lot of people will probably get themselves about a C in the draft this year.
But it's definitely harder this year, especially after I didn't even answer that question earlier, but after my hiatus being gone and then coming back. When I come back, you're like, oh, we're doing keepers now, and we got this going on and that going on, and I'm just like, well, oh shit. It's a whole different ball game, It's like you have to strategize. You really have to be on your P's and Q's and know your players and know what you want to do and trade right. And because if you make one bad trade, that could cost you a year or two, or more. You never know.
That's a good thing to put out there, because I don't think there's a lot of owners that are thinking about it like that. They're thinking that it's a keepers league, but those bad trades can cost you a year or two. You may take you 2 seasons to rebuild a team that you may have had. If we look at the draft currently, coming back into the draft, you gave up your team to step away. You accepted a new team, so we have a brand new team. So you also accept those draft picks. You're now sitting with the 4th pick of this year's draft, right? So I think we kind of can start anew, either with off-season trades, to move some of those picks to let somebody else get higher, or put yourself in a prime position with the 4th pick of next year's draft, right? you kind of not have been handed the keys, but you've been handed the keys to a pretty nice car. I think it's time to learn how to drive it, right?
Right, right. I mean, it wasn't a bad car. It was definitely a good car.
Right, right.
I mean, it could have been much worse. It's a good team, um, but again, it just needs some work. It needs to be
Hmm.
tweaked a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just like a car, you need to put some performance mods on it for it to go. So I just need to tweak it here and there, kind of like I did in 2021. In 2021, actually, if I picked up a few players on the waiver that really helped me out throughout the year as well. So the waiver is always somewhere where you could just pick somebody up, and that somebody on a team might get hurt, and you happen to have the backup, and then next thing you know, he's balling out. So, uh, you got to keep an eye on. You really got to keep an eye on the league this year. You really got to keep an eye on who's injured, who's not. Just a lot more now compared to like the beginning, when we weren't doing the keepers and everything else. Like there was it's a lot more challenging now, and I like it. I like it a lot. Not it's not easy to win. Which makes that championship even greater to win.
Yeah, yeah. I think it makes it a little bit more prestigious, right? Like you got 14 teams all fighting for that one championship, and it really does come down to, that waiver. I mean, you've had other owners that have talked about, hitting that waiver wire the right way, having the finances to hit that waiver, because that's the another big thing. It's like you can hit the waiver wire, but if you got no money, like
Yep.
some team owners, there's no waiver to hit.
Yep.
Your $1 guy is just got picked up for $3.
Correct.
so,
Yeah.
so
Definitely is worth it towards the end of the year. I mean, really all year long. I mean, if you get lucky enough to pick up somebody, like I said, that's really going to help you out, from an injury or whatever it may be. Um, you definitely need that money. So,
mhm, for sure. Well, let's get to a tough one here. Um, we had a couple seasons where we went 0-21. What lessons did you take away from those 0-21 seasons, and how did those experiences sharpen your approach in managing your team now? Which I mean, you've kind of talked about a little bit.
yeah, that 0-21 season, I, I was just not paying attention. It was my own fault.
Yeah,
I was
and
not. It was,
it's in the past, right?
yeah, yeah. I was not paying attention. I wasn't into it. I think that's one reason in fact, I believe after that 21 season is when I left.
Hmm. Yeah.
So I wasn't into it. I had a lot of things going on, like I was always, but uh, like once I didn't want to be in such a great league and not be into it. When there's so many other people that dedicate a lot of time to it and really like this, what I'm saying? It's not fair to them that I wasn't into it at that point in time. I wasn't even checking my lineups. I wasn't, checking waiver wire. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't care if I won or lost, and it's not fair to everybody, especially in such a competitive league for me to be, you know, doing all that. So that's one reason I took my little hiatus. But I'm definitely glad to be back. I'm definitely excited to be back, uh, and ready to go. Like it is still, I'm still learning this whole how much really you have to pay attention to stuff. I'm still building a plan, and like learning a lot of things. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot to being competitive in this league, and you really have to be on top of your stuff. Um, so yeah, that 0-21 season led to because of that, and what lessons I took from that is that you definitely I definitely got to pay attention and be into it, and be motivated, and want to improve my team and actually be a part of the league. That 0-21 season was a stain in my record, but hey, but hey, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. Shake and Bake is coming back full force.
Bro,
So
I want to thank you, Jose. I really want to thank you for your honesty today, man. Because realistically, a lot of people come on these interviews, man, and it's they got a lot of fluff and they got a lot of
they're doing this.
banter. Right?
You know who this was?
Yo, that's episode 1. South Korea Soul Brothers, baby. You know what I'm saying? Be on the lookout.
Love you, fella. Love you.
But but see, you bringing some real truths to this, which is awesome because the honesty really shows the character of the team, right? Like, yo, I'm here to win, but like, I respected it enough to be like, yo, I'm gonna take my step back, but now I'm here, right? So we know, hey, I mean, the record is 3-8, but I'll be honest with you, like those playoffs are really tight. If you're listening to the deep dive, if you're listening to Janet Turner just dropped a new series of the breakdown where she's breaking every team down from week to week. There are other teams that are still right there with you.
I never heard no Janet Turner.
Janet Turner, director of media. We got to get you back in that WhatsApp, Jose. I think there's some things that you're missing.
Man.
Check out.
I'm terrible with that freaking chat thing, man.
Janet Turner is the director of media here at the BFBA, and she's got some really great insight and information that she's dropping to the league, man. So I say stay tuned, check it out. She drops the breakdown is what it's called. That's the new series she's dropping every week. Comes out I think on Wednesdays, I think is when it drops. My team tells me when it drops. So I don't exactly know, but she's doing some great things. I really enjoyed Janet. She ruffled some feathers in the beginning of the season, I know, but that's here nor there. You, sir, we talked about it. We made it in 2021. The league has changed. Where do you think Shake and Bake 2.0 is on that road to a BFBA championship?
I mean, ultimately, the goal is hopefully within the next couple of years. I mean, like I said, it's going to take a miracle for me to make it this year, but my goal is to improve my team every year. It's a hard league, and it's gonna be very competitive. There's a lot of people in this league that know a lot. Do a lot of homework. It's not easy. It's not easy, and my goal is simply just to do my part for my team and improve my team every year. And hopefully by doing those things, I get back to the championship.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I only got a couple more questions for you, sir. This has been an excellent interview, as I said earlier. I really appreciate your honesty, and I hope the rest of the league does as well. Not many people get to hear from Jose, so this is an opportunity to really hear, like, yo, I've been here, went to the championship.
I mean, I've been in the chats, but I've been here. I pay attention.
Right. My man lurking in the corners,
Yeah, I'm in the back just chilling, I'm posting.
You like this?
Yeah.
What's the?
I really do need to get into the chats, keep up with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, I didn't know about the BFBA podcast unless you called me.
Bro, yeah, we got the podcast. We're in episode 16 of the podcast. Chatted Lucy giving some insight. As I said, we just dropped the breakdown. Of course, we got conversations with the commissioner, and I'm gonna make an announcement right here, bro. I'm gonna let you know. Be on that WhatsApp tomorrow because new merch is dropping, bro. Everybody got merch.
About that.
Yes. Yeah, baby. Everybody got merch.
I need my jacket and I need my shirt with my logo.
You see it. Look for it tomorrow, brother. That shirt gonna be in the chat tomorrow.
I want to get that shirt and that jacket, bro. I want to get that shirt and that jacket.
I'm gonna bless you with something. Well, I mean, hey, look, we talking shirts, we talking jackets, we talking apparel. Tell me, sir, what do you enjoy most? About being a part of the BFBA community?
Oh man, a lot of things. I love the competitiveness. I love I love the people here. I love everything we do, like the podcast, the calls, the Zoom calls. It's everything's like a family. And I enjoy that. I enjoy the competitiveness. I love how everybody's competitive. I love how everybody talks shit to each other, but at the same time we're family. You know, uh, I mean, like you and Holly and whoever else may be a part of it behind the scenes, have made this league exciting. Have made this league very enjoyable to be a part of, very competitive to be a part of, and shout out to you guys for even for doing all that and all the work you guys put in. I mean, we got freaking apparel now. We got freaking apparel now. We
Yeah,
got
bro.
logos, man. You made my logo and it looks dope, by the way. So, man, thank you for you putting in the time and making me part of this again. I mean, I know I'm back now, but thank you for being making this league the way it is now, man. Because man, it is an awesome league to be a part of. I'm very proud to be a part of this league, um, and yeah, man, you guys killing it.
Hey, bro, I appreciate that. You are a brother to me. I don't have brothers, right? I'm the only child, same as my wife. But like, you felt, Mal, Damien said. I mean, everybody in the league. If we have plus year relationships with each other, bro. Like y'all are like family to me. So it's an honor. I'll be honest to be able to do this and share this with you all. The competition is just a plus, right? Like I think we're all competitive whether we're playing fucking jacks or we're playing, Shangri La.
Shangri-La.
You know what's you see? Hey, bro. People that's watching this interview, you don't know nothing about no Shangy, baby, and we ain't gonna explain that today. But
And if you don't know,
nah, you know. But hey, man, it's been an honor. It really has been an honor. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that after a season, I was able to be like, bro, you ready to come back? And you was like, yes. Yeah, you got one for me.
I'm blessed enough to be back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we moved the.
you asked me, I was like, yes.
This is this is an exclusive, and I'm somebody might be pissed with me about this, but like we moved another owner not out of the league, but there was an available spot, and there was an owner that was willing to take the spot, and I put him on the back burner because I wanted to make sure that I got you back in here because you had longevity, right? We're talking 5-6 years in this league, so I think it makes the league better that going into an expansion, maybe we bring that owner in, but you're here, right? Like you have an established team and you're willing to be with us. So,
I appreciate
um,
that, my brother.
hey, it's all love, baby. You know how this is. We go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac, man.
Yes, sir. We
Um,
showed you, man.
Yo, last question because we got an important event to get to here, sir.
Yeah,
We got an expansion next year. We're adding 2 more teams. We're going from 14 to 16. I've said this every week, and I'm so excited that we get to do this. But as an owner that is now back in the league and took a step away, what advice do you have for new fantasy owners that want to be competitive in this league?
um, I mean, you just do your homework. Have a plan in place for your team, for yourself. Um, don't. I mean, I would say don't. What do you expect? Don't expect to go to the championship in the first year. You're gonna come into a league that's one that's competitive right now. When they get into the league, it's going to be even more competitive. So it's going to get even harder. So my advice is for them is just have a plan set for the players you're going to pick. Have a plan set for the year, as far as your plans throughout the year, and know that it's going to be a rough climb. It's going to be very competitive. Uh, don't expect to you got to be patient, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. uh you're not gonna hit a home run the first year, that's for sure. So patience, longevity is going to be the key. Knowing who to pick and when to pick it. Learning all that because it's going to be hell. Like we've both been in this league for a long time now, and we're both still learning. So,
True.
along with everybody else, I'm sure. So it is going to be a rough. I wouldn't say rough because we have a lot of fun, but it's going to be a climb. It's going to be a challenging climb. So I would just tell them have fun. Uh, First and foremost, have fun and have a plan set for your players, and throughout your year.
Awesome, awesome, sir. This has been a fantastic interview. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down with me. As I said, we got
Anytime,
one more. What'd you say?
anytime for you, bro.
Oh, thank you. Hey, yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you. We got one more owner. If you've been paying attention, the last one left is those Buford Bombers. We'll see if we can get them out here next. But sir, thank you for taking the time out. This has been fantastic. I want to give love and admiration to your whole family. Everybody know who they are. And I want to also say on camera, good luck tonight, sir. This is a big one. So good luck tonight, ladies and gentlemen from Shake and Bake 2.0, dunking on everybody, shake and baking everybody to Shake and Bake 2.0. From my house to his, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a conversation with your commissioner. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man.
Have a good one.
Likewise.